We're in Tokyo Disneyland! Gozaimasu MamFam, we are in Tokyo Disneyland.
We are going to ride a bunch of rides, eat some snacks, maybe see a couple parades.
It is our first time in an international park as a trio. It's Alan and I's first time here ever. It's also the 40th anniversary of Tokyo Disneyland. I'm so excited I can't contain it. Everything's so cute, I want to cry.
Let's go! Let's go! Wait, before we go, just know, MamFam, there are some different filming policies as well as cultural norms here at Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea, and so we're going to be following those as we experience this park day together.
So you may see some different styles throughout the video so that we can bring you the experience, but I don't even know what to do. I don't even know where to look. I'm distracted all the time.
Let's go. Let's get into it.
Inside.
Look at this something.
I'm lucky enough to visit Magic Kingdom and even Disneyland very regularly, but there was still something so special about seeing the castle on the end of Main Street. It feels like coming home, but at the same time, it was somewhere I'd never been before. And seeing the castle was really the first thing that made me realize we were in Tokyo Disneyland, a place I'd only dreamed of going.
It had been a long time since I had been to a Disney park that I'd never been to before, so there's nothing quite like that feeling of walking into something that's so new, and it felt really familiar because the castle's the same, but it's just so beautiful, and it was so welcoming while still being so unique. I loved it.
It is just so gorgeous here. Somehow the castle looks bigger even though it's 20 feet shorter. Main Street is covered, which I did not expect, but everything here is just so beautiful and the cast members are so excited and happy to see us, and I am so happy to be here. Oh, I can't handle it.
Look at Jock, he's presenting cheese. I would like it.
Did you see Susie has a thimble?
Susie's on that side.
Gus has his button.
Yeah, he has the button.
And the birds are up here.
Oh my gosh, there's so much detail everywhere.
Speaking of the Magic Kingdom, Tokyo Disneyland is like other castle parks, but some of the lands have different names. Main Street USA is called World Bazaar at Tokyo Disneyland. Instead of Frontierland, you have Westernland. But you will also have some similarities. Adventureland, Tomorrowland, Toontown, Fantasyland, and Critter Country all have the same names as the US parks.
And speaking of the US parks, they have a lot of the same exact attractions that you'd find in Magic Kingdom or Disneyland parks. They're just in Japanese. So they do have Jungle Cruise, they have Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, they've got Splash Mountain, they've got Haunted Mansion, they've got Pirates of the Caribbean, among other classics that you may know and love. We, however, for our first time for our one day in this park, prioritize things that were distinctly Tokyo Disneyland. New attractions like the Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast, classics like Pooh's Hunny Hunt, those topped our list, and then the old favorites were at the bottom of our list. And little did we know it would be incredibly busy that day, but we got all of our top priorities done. We've made it to our first attraction, Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast. This is the newest ride here in Tokyo Disneyland. Not gonna lie to you, I don't know much about it because I've tried not to spoil any of the attractions, but it's a slow-moving dark ride through Beauty and the Beast. Beast Castle is absolutely stunningly gorgeous. It's massive, especially compared to the one at Magic Kingdom, and this is the most popular ride here too in this park right now. The line is literally all the way to Main Street right now, but we bought Disney Premier Access, which is kind of like fancy rides in Disney World, where you can purchase expedited attraction entries one at a time for certain rides, and you have to do it once you're in the park. So pretty much as soon as we got into the park, I booked us Premier Access for Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast. There's also right now for the 40th anniversary, free Premier Pass, which is like old Fast Pass, but you have to be in the park to book things. That works on other selected attractions. So if you come into the park, you're going to want to book those things as soon as possible. If you want to purchase them, the line is already very, very long, so I'm glad we purchased that, and I'm so excited to ride this ride.
We had a couple of minutes before our Premier Access return time, which is Japan's version of a fancy ride, so we popped into a merch shop, Little Town Traders. Now, Japan is famous for its very unique merchandise, sometimes very niche merchandise, and this was no different. They had so many unique things, from keychains representing Plumet, which you don't see a lot of Plumet anywhere, to some great Gaston shirts.
It's with him. Look, he's adult.
Do you need that to hold your sunglasses up?
I mean, maybe.
And you know me, the first thing I started doing, looking for details and Easter eggs, and there were a lot to be found in just this little store. For starters, on the wall there were silhouette portraits of Lumiere and Mrs. Potts in human form. Also amongst the many books was Romeo and Juliet, which, if you remember from the movie, is the story that Belle chooses to read from the Beast when he gives her the library. There's also a book open to a page of a princess meeting a prince, which, if you remember in the opening song of Belle, it's when she sings Here's Where He Meets Prince Charming. I'm not going to sing that though, because I like you guys. Up on other shelves were real-life versions of a candelabra and a clock to represent Cogsworth and Lumiere. Probably my favorite Easter egg, though, was up atop another shelf of books were the round glasses hanging over a portrait of the shopkeeper that gifts Belle her favorite book. There's also the ladder propped up against some shelves from when Belle does her famous slide thing on the swinging ladder. And behind the cash register, there were marionettes of LeFou, Gaston, and some of the townsfolk. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
Are you excited?
I am excited.
You've never been on this?
No, this is new since last. There are a couple attractions that are new since last time I was here, and this is one of them.
I'm so excited!
一夜の宿を巡ってほしいと言い、一本のバラを差し出しました。でも王子様はその見かけに騙されて人の心の美しさを見逃して王女の醜さが急に消え、美しい魔女。王子様は謝ろうとしましたが病気でした。魔女、罰として王子様を恐ろしい野獣の姿に変え、お城に強力な期限が過ぎたら王子様は永遠に野獣の姿のままです。年月が流れ、王子様はすっかり希望を失いました。一体誰がこんな野獣を愛してくれるのでしょう。
どなたかいらっしゃる？こんにちは。あなた誰なの？
この城の主人だ。
顔を見せて。
もう食器棚で寝なくていいの？
もちろんよ。
どうして笑ってるの？
そして何よりも
もう一度聞く。ワンさんに来るか。それら今後一切食べてはならん。分かったか。
Oh, he clawed it.
この目離しちゃダメなんだよね、ママ。
そうね。
愛しのマドマゼール、今宵あなたをお迎えしますことは最高の誇り。最大お城のキッチンが腕によりをかけました。ディナーを。
ようこそ。タラタラトレビアン。おたまいならお空に消え。
でも不思議でなぜ
僕を見てそしてそっと触れてくれた。まさかこんなことになるなんて。神様戦略者だ。ご主人様。
sure how to articulate how I feel. Other than that, that was stellar.
I cried.
Same.
Like a lot. Like for a ride.
You might right now.
I might just thinking about it. I mean, that lives up to the hype.
Yeah, absolutely lives up to the hype. Unbelievable design, unbelievable show scenes. It's different than any dark ride I think any of us have ever been on.
Best animatronics I've probably ever seen.
Yeah, really beautiful.
Even the pre-show and the queue are like unbelievable.
Stunning.
What an incredibly immersive way to take you through scenes of a familiar story in vignettes that are complete. I think you mentioned it earlier, Max. There's not a bad seat in the house.
Now,
It's like you move into a room and they do a whole production and all your teacups move around and everything, and then you move to the next scene, and it doesn't matter that they're singing in Japanese if you've seen Beauty and the Beast. Like it didn't even register. Like once we started in the pre-show, I was like, oh, it's Japanese, obviously. But then once you start going, it's just the music you know.
And the transformation scene. That was just perhaps one of the most beautiful attractions I've ever been on.
the queue of the Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast also has a ton of Easter eggs. When you first walk in, you are taking on the role of Belle as she enters Beast Castle, and you'll notice that the other characters are sort of hiding in plain sight. Cogsworth, Lumiere, the Footstool, all not moving. If you look hard enough, you might see Footstool wiggle his little tail. Next, you walk through a hallway of all the different armor. They talk to you as you walk through, much like in the Magic Kingdom. We also notice a new wallpaper that has Madame Wardrobe as well as Belle's dress on it. Quick note, the Premier Access entrance of this attraction does cut off about half of this queue, so if you want to see all of the details, you'll need to make sure you go through the whole queue. And a little bit further along in the queue, there are hooks with all the different keys to the different parts of the castle, and you might notice some claw marks where the key to the West Wing has been removed.
Wow, what a way to start.
Yeah,
I mean, that's going to be hard to top. I will say this though, I'm a little hungry.
Yes.
Shall we get a snack?
And there's Gaston's Tavern nearby, but different than the one we've been to. There's this whole very sweet Beauty and the Beast section with different shops and shop facades. And we are headed into La Tavern de Gaston, which has some all-day breakfast items and some other things, but the detail here is unreal.
Gaston's Tavern is very similar to what you'd find in other places. It has the signature fountain outside. Globally, Gaston is using antlers in all of his decorating. It even has that awesome chair that is signature in the Gaston's Tavern in the Magic Kingdom in the United States. But it's significantly larger than what you'd find in the US. And its menu has some all-day breakfast type fare as well as some signature beverages. There are also tons of details within the tavern. On his wall, you have his gun as well as his bow and arrow. We got a real kick out of some of the signs and advertisements in the tavern. Everything from Maurice's work, reading lessons with Belle, Monsieur Doc's asylum, advertising for if you have a relative who's a little kooky and you want to have them housed somewhere, and even Marie and her baguettes are listed here as an advertisement. I think personally though what I loved were all the different awards that Gaston won being housed on one of the walls. Everything from the Pure Paragon Award to the Swell Cleft Chin Award.
And we've picked up the Big Bite Croissant, which is a croissant with a sausage inside, a bone-in sausage inside. We picked up a French toast sandwich, which is perhaps the most incredible thing I've ever seen, which is just a grilled cheese sandwich made with French toast. We have the beer cocktail, which is a Kirin draft with a little bit of elderberry syrup, liqueur. We're going to find out. We have the berry cheers, which looks like it has a little bit of the LeFou's brew topping on it, a berry soda beverage. And I picked up an oolong tea. I wanted tea. All right, Max, the French toast sandwich.
Not just cheese.
Oh, what else? Oh, Molly going into.
Is it chicken?
I think so.
It's chicken.
What a curious flavor profile that is.
It's delicious.
It's very good. The outside's French toast, so it's very sweet, but it has cheese and chicken inside, so you get a little bit of that, like, a little savory with the sweetness. It's good. You've got the berry sweet. This is a soda drink. It is a specialty drink with, we have that, like, kind of cream LeFou's brew on top and some berry. That's very good. It's not overly sweet. I might be because I need to get to the bottom, but That's
No, she
very
gave
good.
you this.
To stir it, right?
Yeah.
Let's try it all stirred up.
Oh, there's been a color change.
That's good.
Okay, let's dive in. Flaky, buttery croissant, smoky, meaty sausage, crisp exterior. There's a bite to it. Oh my gosh. The smokiness of the sausage just sort of hangs around for a while. It's very, very, very rich and meaty, and I am a fan. Yeah. Oh, the contrast between the buttery croissant and the meat is really what's giving me life here.
Would Gaston eat that?
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. But for now, I'm going to take a sip of the Kirin cocktail, which is Kirin beer, which is a very common Japanese domestic beer, very light lager, and it's got elderflower syrup, and I wanted it because it's a pink beer. So it smells like perfume. It's not super sweet. I was worried watching her how much syrup she put in. I thought it was going to be really sweet, but it's more floral. It reminds me of the Volcano Bay brew. That is light and refreshing.
Ooh, I like that.
First Japanese snacks, a success. Honestly, you could spend hours in this section of the park alone just looking at all the detail and the Easter eggs. A couple more before we moved on. One, there is a poster hanging for Lost Sheep, last seen by the fountain, and that's of course the sheep from the story that bites a page when Belle's reading. Very cute. And then the horse girl couldn't help but get excited over some horseshoes on display near the bathrooms, and all of the horses listed are famous Disney horses. So you had Frou Frou from the Aristocats, Con from Mulan, Horace Horse Collar. Very, very cute.
Well, bellies have been sated for now.
True.
And we are on to Monsters, Inc. Ride and Go Seek.
We are going to be playing flashlight tag with some of your favorite monsters, actually with a physical flashlight.
That's all I know about this ride. I know it's a dark ride, I know it's Monsters Inc., and then I'm going to hold a flashlight and look for monsters.
I'm excited.
Oh, and I know it's really popular because that's an 80-minute wait right now, but we booked the free Fast Pass return, so let's go.
We go. We ride. Literally. And go seek.
Boo, かくれんぼはこうやるんだよ。明かりが消えたら始めるよ。うち手をつかないてや楽しいゲームがおしまい。
やあみんなヘルメットを照らしてみて。オッケー、かくれんぼ始め。いいかヘルメットだよ。
ブー、声が聞こえるとみんなこの辺にいるはずなのに。ヘルメットの次はおちびちゃんの番。
ヘルメットは
ブー、新しいヘルメットだよ。
かわいいだろ。
マイクは大好き。
またすぐ。バイバイ。
Hello, 人間たち。かくれんぼゲームは楽しかったかい？
Cute.
V cute.
A very unique take on a shooter-style attraction, pointing the flashlights at the different targets and revealing different monsters. It's fun.
I feel like I was smiling and giggling the whole time, just because it was joyful.
Like the Boo placement, because Boo was throughout the attraction as well. Her, like the surprise of seeing her pop up was just so cute.
Also, I have a new favorite character. His name's Rocky. He's a tiny monster. And at one point, he's on Boo's head, and he's a cute little guy. Also, magic, wizardry, sorcery to make Boo's room appear at the end.
Through a door.
Amazing. Amazing. And lots of cute details in the queue and in the store, too.
It's adorable.
Just everything's so cute.
It's just unfair.
It's just so cute.
To other parks.
Everything is so cute. And Boo is cuter in Japanese somehow.
True.
Yeah.
Somehow her saying Mike Wazowski was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh.
マイクは大好き。
またすぐ会おうね。
Oh my gosh.
So true.
The sound I utter just, I've never made that sound before in my life, but right now is the first. Okay, so next up is the parade.
We have a premiere access for the daytime parade, but it's not for a little bit, but I think we got time to like maybe wander, snack, just kind of enjoy. We're just enjoying our day.
Yeah.
We have must-dos, and then mostly it's just like have a nice time. You want popcorn? Could probably do some popcorn.
Just taking in some of the hidden details here, we have Mademoiselle Minnie's Costumer to the Stars, where she has created costumes for the likes of Ariel, Tinkerbell, Beast, Captain Hook, Belle, Jiminy Cricket, Anastasia, and Drizella.
Here's the Tinkerbell order form, and it says must be extremely light and airy. Ariel's must hold up well underwater, and Captain Hook's only use the finest feathers and silks.
Only the finest leathers and silks.
There's also, it says, thank you for the lovely dresses. At least Drizella and Anastasia looked good at their recital from Lady Germain.
This is so cute.
Sounds
Well,
Yeah, probably didn't sound great. Just across the way, here's Minnie, and all the costumes that she has made. Getting some help from Cinderella's birds, we see.
we got the popcorn. Now, we know popcorn is big everywhere. Of course, popcorn buckets quite popular, but flavors of popcorn are iconic to Tokyo Disneyland. All across this park and Disney Sea, you'll find all kinds of unique flavors. We got soy sauce and butter.
figure's like a good flavor to start with. And all the carts have different ones.
It's true.
You have to go to a lot of carts to get all the flavors.
And the lines can't get long. We found one, wasn't too bad of a line, so it popped up.
There we go.
Cheers.
Nice line. It's just really salty popcorn, kind of. I mean, it tastes like soy sauce, but
Yeah,
the
just a-
sodium of soy. Of
A hint.
A little bit of that shoyu, like flavor, this soy flavor.
I'm into it.
I dig it.
We also got this.
Sparkling citrus.
It's cute.
It is. Cheers.
There's something in the bottom. Ooh. It tastes yummy though. It's
Jellies.
just there's jellies in the bottom, which surprised me, but mostly it's just like sparkling water.
I like it.
Texture.
I like it too. The jellies are throwing me, but I like the flavor a lot. It's very
It's good.
refreshing and lemony.
It's good.
Okay, next up, after a nice popcorn treat and beverage,
Yes, a little refreshment.
it's time to see the parade.
The current daytime parade is called Disney Harmony in Color, and it's a special parade for the 40th anniversary this year.
Yeah,
I'm very excited. I've heard the parades in Tokyo are unbelievable.
it's true. I've seen our night parade tonight, but I haven't seen this one, so I'm very excited to see all the characters, the floats, everything in the parade.
And we purchased Premier Access for this as well. You get a reserved seating or reserved place to stand if you purchase Premier Access. And the way I think it works is going to blow my mind. I think we literally have a place to stand. So you could walk up right before it starts and you have a marker on the ground that that's your spot, which is like, blow my mind. Well, that was adorable.
That was just incredible. And here's what makes me upset. I'm just going to say, the choreography that we have seen both here in Tokyo Disneyland and in Disneyland as it compares to Walt Disney World. Now, granted, I'm sure there, but it's
a
just
lot of respect to the performers.
a lot of
everywhere.
respect. Yes,
You're all crushing.
yeah, yes. I don't mean to disparage.
The costumes here.
Beautiful.
It
Oh
reminds
my
me of
gosh.
Magic Happens.
Yeah.
A lot
Yes.
of the vibrancy,
Yeah.
the choreography. It's kind of more upbeat than a class. Like,
Yes.
I think that's what you're like.
Yeah, it's a lot more upbeat, a lot more, I think, modern in terms of like what we're seeing, like hip hop.
Sure.
We're seeing a lot of that represented. So it's just very cool.
And the song was awesome. The song was very cute.
All right.
Lots of unique characters.
Favorite float. I'm gonna go first. Nobody steals mine. I like Rapunzel.
Oh, with the hair actually
With the
swinging?
where she
Unbelievable.
swung on the hair.
Unbelievable.
What was
It
that?
was so cool.
I'm gonna-
That whole float.
I'm
was
gonna
awesome.
yes and the fact that Pocahontas got some representation. She doesn't rarely get anything, and I love the fact she got a whole
Let's
float
go.
section.
I love some poker representation.
Okay, small moment. I'm obsessed with Buzz and Woody on RC.
on RC.
Very,
Very
very cool.
cute.
Buzz and I had a moment also,
did.
which was very
They had a
special.
moment. They had a moment.
But I gotta give it up to the whole Big Hero 6 unit. They had
Oh.
all of
Oh,
Big Hero
man.
6. They had Baymax, they had Hero up there, Honey, Lemon, Go. Everybody's
Yeah,
there. And
all of them were there.
I don't know what magic they did. Those characters looked amazing.
For me, I think seeing Mickey and Minnie and the entire gang represented on that final float was just gorgeous. I had a wave of emotions, and it was incredible.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Costumes were adorable.
Yeah. Honorable mention to Giant Baby.
Highly recommend the premier access seating. I mean, it does cost you money, but we were sitting right second row. We had a reserved seat, could walk up right before the parade starts, because the parades do take up a lot of your time. You know, even with the reserved seating, we were between the parade and sitting there, we were there for like 45 minutes or an hour, which is another thing. I just want to point out that a lot of the rides in this park specifically are basically carbon copies of the Disneyland or Magic Kingdom version, just in Japanese. So we're prioritizing unique things like the entertainment and the rides we can't do anywhere else.
And snacks.
And snacks. We should go get more snacks.
So many snacks.
Let's get more snacks.
We have headed back to Tomorrowland to Plasma Ray's Diner for some snackies. But I do have a question based on this little guy up here. Do you think that Plasma Ray and Cosmic Ray are related?
Oh, like their last name is
Like
Ray?
this is the, yes.
Like Ray's the family name?
That's right.
Like Mario.
Surname Ray.
Yes,
like
like
Plasma.
Mario, Luigi Mario.
Ray, Plasma, Ray, Cosmic?
Yeah.
I think they're cousins for sure.
This is like the Disney park universe.
Look at him with his little glasses.
The Ray family really, they have the family business of diners.
They're institutions.
Yeah. Something to think about.
I like it.
Got our food from Cosmic Ray's cousin, Plasma, and you may have noticed immediately that there is an egg shaped like Mickey Mouse that has to have been done by sorcery. And you see that egg in both the chicken curry bowl, as well as this is what they call a kid's plasma set. We're not actually sure at all what this is, but we wanted it for the plate and the egg. This is also where you can get the very famous and adorable alien from Toy Story Mochi. And they come in a little bowl. We upgraded to the souvenir cup, which you can see is this hard plastic one with the little alien mochi top, because I needed it, obviously. How am I going to get all this stuff back? We're not worried about it. Anyway, let's dig in. We're worried?
We are worried about it. I'm going to try the curry and potentially some of the sauces. Spicy harissa makes a return from Gaston Tavern, but now we also have black mama chili sauce. Let's go. I'm going to try to get everything here. It is not going to go well.
Is that cheese?
Maybe. Yes. I don't know. I'll try it. I'll let you know. It's not a strong curry flavor, but it is very, very nice. The chicken's moist. Vegetables are still crispy and tender. And I'm going back for seconds because I want more of the chicken.
May I do something I've been dreaming about?
Please. And?
Tastes better when it's Mickey shaped. It's just a soft-boiled egg, but it's done magically.
It's very solid. Would order again. We can't take you anywhere.
It's now time for the famous mochi aliens. This one's chocolate. Mochi is like a soft, cold, doughy texture. I don't know how to describe it, and then it's got a filling. This one's chocolate. I've been told they're all different, so now we have to try them all. This one's strawberry.
Oh.
This one's vanilla. It's
Oh, it's a
Neapolitan.
Neapolitan.
Those are delightful.
Oh.
This is the Plasma Kids set, and none of us know what it is. So we're gonna find out together. I think I see rice under there. This smells like taco meat.
Is it cheese? I got so many.
You know, I'm just gonna do my best here. Maybe I should have used a spoon.
We do have those.
Let's try this instead.
Behind the scenes, friends, I just wanted another egg. So
Yeah.
we figured why not try something else?
Okay, let's get this variety of colors. I don't know what I expected, but that wasn't it. I mean, it's good. I can't really place anything specific. It does have like a beef flavor to it, but the rice base is at the bottom. Maybe a little beanie. There's, I think, maybe some beans in there as well. Kind of like that like taco flavoring, but on a rice base, which, you know, I enjoy the inclusion of the white rice in there as well. I don't know that I would order the kid plasma tray on a return visit to Plasma Rays, but if you are traveling with somebody that just needs every dish that has an egg in it, this does in fact have an egg in it.
It was me. I need all the eggs.
Update. Found out what the kids plasma set is. It's actually a dish called Saboro, which is ground beef, sometimes pork, but it is seasoned with soy sauce and some other seasonings as well. There was a bit of sweetness to it.
Yeah.
It was a little confusing upon tasting, but yeah, seasoned ground beef. Apparently very popular with children. That's what I've learned.
I can see why.
Yeah.
But for us, next we are doing the Happy Ride with Baymax. We are doing another premier access attraction for this because it's very popular, but it kind of looks like a familiar attraction.
From what I can see, it's Alien Swirling Saucers or Tomater's Junkyard Jamboree, but everybody loves it, so we're gonna go find out why.
Are the Chaos Twins riding together?
Yeah,
Yeah.
feels like a chaotic ride.
ハッピーライドを開始します
All right, I get it.
That was a happy ride.
I am happier.
Very happy.
Somehow, I was already happy, and Baymax made the happiness go up.
That sign is correct. That ride was sick.
Yeah.
So cute.
Happiness is good for your health. I feel happy and healthy.
Yeah, I mean, everything's just cute. It's like unbelievable how friendly and happy all the cast members are as well. And the cast member operating the ride and a bunch of people in line are like dancing along to the song, and you can't help but smile and laugh.
Yeah. It is, to your point, it's Alien Swirling Saucer.
It's better.
It's Junkyard Jamboree.
It's better.
But it's the song, the vibe,
Yeah.
all of the cast members dancing along the song.
So
it's
good.
the best version of that ride.
For sure.
100%.
Now, speaking of attractions we've done other versions of, I think we're gonna go to Fantasyland. We dipped our toe in the new Beauty and the Beast section, but maybe check out some classics.
Yeah.
We got distracted on our way to our ride by the Tipo Torta, which is kind of like a stuffed churro. It's very popular. There's different flavors, and we figured why not. So this one is chocolate orange. Ooh. That's a darn tasty treat. The breading is like kind of like a pastry, kind of like a cookie. The filling is chocolate. I didn't get a lot of orange at first, but it came through on the back end. It's warm. That is a delicious sweet treat.
First stop in our journey through Fantasyland is a Disney icon. It's a small world. And I think we're all interested to see what is the Tokyo Disneyland version of this Disney icon. Certainly the outside has that Mary Blair iconic look and feel. A little bit more pastel than like the Disneyland outside facade. So we're gonna check out to see how all of the countries are represented here in Tokyo Disneyland. The Cube of Small World is a delight. This is something a little bit different than the Small World attractions at Walt Disney World or at Disneyland. It's got Small World characters all throughout, some really fun theming, and just cute little vignettes while you wait for the attraction.
realize that was going to be like Disneyland Small World, where it had the little characters in it.
And they added Ryan Merriman.
I can't believe they included Luck of the Irish.
Granda was there.
Amazing. They would, it's a popular character in Japan.
I mean,
Who
it must
knew?
be huge over here.
Huge. I mean, the oysters from Alice in Wonderland have their own merchandise, and now Luck of the Irish gets a spot in Small World.
Decom inclusion.
Wow.
Anyway, it was a very cute.
Are you trying not to say cute?
I am.
We've said cute 1,000 times today.
Yeah.
That's factually correct. It is
But
the
it's-
word I would use.
But
for
it's cute though.
experience.
It's so cute. I love that they include characters. I know that was a controversial thing when it first came to Disneyland, but it's great. I think it was fun to see all the little hidden folks around.
Your face when you saw Hercules made me smile.
Yes.
Was so happy, and baby Pegasus.
It was adorable.
I also just think the queue, the queue is inside. There's all kinds of little Small World characters in the queue. You've got the Mary Blair feel all throughout it. It's not that different from Disneyland, but it's still got that queue factor. Notch another one. And it is iconic Disney.
It's my second favorite Small World. Yeah. Sorry, Magic Kingdom. Yeah. Try not to do things that are super, super identical to the America parks, but I think that was different. And you should do it. And maybe now we go do a throwback.
Yeah, let's go to a throwback.
A scary throwback. It's so interesting walking through this park, especially Fantasyland, because it's like, I've been here before, but I have not in any way. But it definitely feels like Magic Kingdom. However, here's our throwback, Snow White's Adventures. You may remember this as an opening day ride at Magic Kingdom, and an opening day ride at Disneyland. However, they changed the Disneyland one to be Snow White's Enchanted Wish, and they added some upgrades and things. But in both of the parks, it started as Snow White's Adventures, and it had to transition to Snow White's Scary Adventures because too many people were scared of the witch, and it didn't give you any indication that it was going to be scary since it's in Fantasyland. Additionally, they had to add in Snow White because the original iteration of this attraction, you were supposed to be Snow White, but people didn't understand that, and they'd ride Snow White's ride and be like, where's Snow White? So they added her in. That's why we're picking this one over some of the other iconic Fantasyland rides. Like they've got Pinocchio's Daring Journey, which is in Disneyland. They've got Mickey's PhilharMagic. They've got Peter Pan's Flight, Dumbo, Teacups, all those iconic Fantasyland rides. But we're thinking this one is going to be a throwback. And I'm not sure what we're going to find, so I'm excited.
Well, that is still a nightmare.
True. The trees and the gators brought back some childhood trauma I didn't know I had.
I didn't expect a jump scare outside of an HHN house.
Wow, as a kid I was afraid of when she turns around in the mirror as well as when she drops the boulder on you. And I'm happy to report that as an adult, I am also scared of
Still
those
scary.
things.
Yeah.
It was very close to the original, but there's one Snow White.
That's true.
But it felt like the one we went on at Magic Kingdom as kids, so it was very fun and nostalgic.
Nice little throwback.
Fun is an operative word. And we got the bashful card.
It was nostalgic.
Yeah. Now let's go have good times at the Good Time Cafe, perhaps, in Toontown.
A little lighthearted, a change of tone.
Yes, that was so scary.
Toontown in Tokyo Disneyland feels pretty familiar. You'll still see many of the characters' houses, like Mickey and Minnie, Donald's boat. It feels like pre-Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway Toontown in Disneyland Park. But it does feel a bit bigger, wider, if you will.
From the Good Time Cafe, we have picked up a chicken bao bun, shrimp katsu, a Mickey pizza, as well as a seasonal bubble tea with pumpkin for someone. That's right, it's Max, everybody.
I am trying the chicken sandwich. There's chicken, egg, lettuce, some kind of sauce, and on the cutest bao bun literally ever for all time. This is officially topping my Disneyland Tokyo snacks list.
Oh, wow.
The chicken is nice and lightly breaded. It's crispy. The egg is really soft. It's got a little bit of sweetness to the sauce. And the bao bun. I mean, look how freaking cute it is. So, this is a winner.
I'll be trying the Mickey pizza because obviously anything Mickey shaped must be tried. This has cheese, sausage, and corn on it.
Oh! Well, we've entered happy food dance mode.
You know, it mostly tastes like theme park pizza, but corn adds a little bit of sweetness and something different than we would normally get domestically, so I appreciate a unique flavor.
And I have shrimp katsu with a what looks to be sort of tartar-like sauce on a duck foot bun. The sauce, very tangy, a little bit of umami flavor. The shrimp katsu is very light. It doesn't taste shrimpy. It's just a very light texture and a very nominal sort of like sea salt flavor. And I have to say, it's been fried to perfection. A lot of crunch, great textural contrast from the bun. I like it.
I've never had bubble tea, so this seems like a good time to try it. Also, it's pumpkin, so we're gonna mix it up. That's what the cast member said, stir it up real nice. Ooh, it tastes somehow like milk, tea, and pumpkin individually. There's jellies in there. It's milder than I thought it would be, but it's tasty.
The sun is going down and it's finally time we go to the other half of the park. Yes, we are headed over to Adventureland. Now, we haven't spent much time over here because most of these attractions are doubles. They're very similar to their Western counterparts. And Pirates of the Caribbean is currently not operating, which would be the one we would definitely ride. However, one notable exception that we are currently heading to is a Disney classic, the Enchanted Tiki Room. But here in Tokyo, it's been taken over by everyone's favorite guy.
Stitch. It's taken over by Stitch.
Everyone's favorite character.
It's your favorite, it's Stitch.
He's definitely all of our favorites.
Yep, it's your favorite. We all know it.
Let's check it out. That was a show, and it had a character in
Undeniably true.
it. Yeah.
I liked it. No, I really did. I mean, I love Tiki Room.
Yeah.
Do I think this is a must-do? Probably not, but if you are used to and have ridden a lot of the other attractions around this area, like, you know, Jungle Cruise is right here, you got Splash, but like, that's completely different,
Yeah.
so.
If you're looking for something that is uniquely Tokyo Disneyland, this takes an iconic Disney attraction and totally turns it over.
Ruins,
So-
I'm sorry.
I don't know what I was expecting, but I can tell you that that wasn't it. And I think it's in a good way. Wow.
Yeah.
And the birds came down with the ears.
That was my favorite.
I
That was
think
my
that was
favorite.
great.
The birds
That
had
was
the
incredible.
Stitch ears. That
I
was
did love
great.
the bird ears.
That was great.
I also think that like Stitch is often thought of as somebody who would go in and wreak havoc, and I thought that's what was going to happen.
He did a
And
little bit.
He did a little bit.
Painted the windows.
But ultimately, like, that's where the shenanigans stopped. Other than that, we just had a great little luau
He
situation.
just wanted to sing.
He did.
Here's the good news. They warned us we might get wet. We didn't
we
get
did.
wet. We didn't get wet.
And
Silver lining.
there's the saddest Easter egg ever outside.
Yo, it was so sad.
You know, there's that too.
Yeah.
Distinctly Tokyo right
True.
there.
So, what do you got there?
Okay, this is the cutest thing ever. This little case, the little popcorn kernel that's Mickey shaped, and then inside are my popcorn tongs so I can eat
Sorry.
my popcorn.
Gotta keep those fingers clean.
Gotta keep these fingies clean. This is Hunny popcorn, which is a spoiler for our next ride.
That's true.
Oh, dang.
Oh, that's good.
Slightly, it's like a sweet and salty situation. Definitely real honey. That is lovely.
You like your tongs?
I love my tongs. They're so practical.
Yep, when I see those, that's my first thought.
The word I would use to describe them.
Practical.
Listen, as someone who is a very,
Can't even get it out of the box.
as someone who's a very messy eater, these are nice.
This is like watching you try to use chopsticks.
Here's what I think you should use them for. Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Dorito, anything with the cheese film, I'm using these from now on.
Yeah, I don't know that popcorn is really the first place I would have gone, but hey, practical on other levels for sure. You honestly, watch this. She can't even get it out.
It's like only very specific.
It doesn't open wide enough. Oh! That's a two-handed affair.
What is happening?
I think you gotta like kind of give it, give it a little.
Get a little white woman using chopsticks, but this is the popcorn edition. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
If the honey popcorn didn't give it away. Up next is Pooh's Honey Hunt.
Pooh's Honey Hunt is the first ever trackless attraction, which was created in 2000 here at Tokyo Disneyland.
Isn't it wild that it was created in 2000 here, and it took all the way until Rise of the Resistance to get to Walt Disney World, which
Wow.
opened in 2019?
Yeah, that is a long time.
That is a long time.
Yeah. Luigi's, of course, opens a little bit earlier in Disney California Adventure. That was trackless, but took quite a while for trackless technology to make it to the States.
Yeah. So let's go ride it.
Yeah.
This one, there's definitely no filming on.
Yeah.
But,
So,
you know.
We'll tell you how it was.
Yeah. Literally, the day we were there, they changed the filming rules, so we actually did get to film on the attraction. Really, really cute queue, especially because you actually walk through Christopher Robin's room, and in his room you see a couple things from the story. You see his yellow rain jacket, you see the kite that eventually Kanga and Roo are going to play with, and you see the blue balloon that he gives Pooh. The queue then weaves you outside into Rabbit's garden and through big storybook pages before you board your honey pot.
秘密のところまで飛ぶよ。ああ、大変だ。が大好きなせいだ。足の取り方を見せてやる。世界一のドーラはどれ一人。
ローとヒートはちみつの。
秘密道路。
If I had written that in the year 2000, my mind would have been blown.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have a lot of amazing trackless attractions these days, but just thinking of when that attraction came out, in the year 2000, that would be unlike anything we had ever seen before.
I mean, just some of the opening scenes, along with perhaps my favorite portion, is the Heffalumps and Woozles section.
yes.
Fever dream.
An absolute fever dream where we have another honeypot join us filled with Heffalumps and Woozles
Yeah.
as tourists.
Yep.
What I love about the trackless dark rides here, it was here and Beauty and the Beast, they have these like big show scenes
Yeah.
where you're in the room and in the set, the space for a long time, but they move you about in almost a dance.
Yeah.
And you see everything in the room and different things happen as you go from place to place. It's very unlike Mickey and Minnie's. I mean, I guess like Daisy's. I don't know. It's
like
different.
It's like if Runaway Railway gave you more time in each room,
Yes.
and gave everybody the chance to see everything
Yeah.
that's happening.
Yeah, it's really unique, and it feels like a stage show happening. I don't know. It's very unique, very very fun, and Tigger's cute.
But we do have some events that we're headed to. The parade this evening.
That's right. We have premiere access for the night parade here, which is the Dreamlights parade. In my opinion, the best light parade that exists. I'm very excited for the two of you to get to see it for your first time.
I have not seen a nighttime parade since.
Is it ELP?
Electric Light Parade came back to Disneyland for like a couple months,
Yeah.
and I went and saw it, and that was several years ago. So I'm excited to see a night parade.
It's been a long time.
Hello there. Have you been good before?
It's my happy birthday! And yours! And yours! It's a gift from the Minister of Winter. It's so exciting! Isn't this fun? This is great! And welcome to our Bazaar.
Tonight is an incredible night.
Yes, very, very romantic.
It's so pretty.
I had some memories. I had some flashbacks when
Yeah.
that music began, but I have to tell you, it was incredible.
I didn't expect to be listening to Baroque Hoedown tonight. I didn't realize it was the Main Street Electrical Parade music, but it sure was.
I think what I love about Dreamlights is that it feels like Electric Light Parade, it feels like your classic light parade, but it has those more high-tech touches, which brings the modern age to it. So you get a little bit of the best of both.
Yeah.
Oh, I fully agree. Okay, just like before, what were your favorite parts
Peter
of
Pan.
the parade? Oh, Peter Pan.
Wow, had to jump out quick
Yeah,
there.
I did jump.
Yeah.
Okay, now Peter
Wow.
Pan is not
Wow,
my
wow,
favorite
wow.
story, not my favorite characters. There were characters I loved more. Like there's a Toy Story float that was beautiful. I love the Rapunzel with I See the Light. And the light turns and her hair, beautiful. But the effect used on the pirate flags to make it look like Peter Pan's shadow was up there, and then they were on fire, and then like it was amazing that it was just lights. It's amazing that it's just lights.
So cool. Alan?
This is a weird one. So I agree with everything. I loved Rapunzel's float. I thought that was incredible. But for me, and this is just, I don't know why it hit my brain this way, seeing Elliot and Pete.
Oh,
Where he's holding them.
And it reminded me so much of ELP back in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
And then just like I don't know why, but that just hit me in an interesting place in my heart. That was just great.
That was a cool float.
Yeah. I really like the Small World unit at the end of this parade. Just the way the lights change, the characters that are on there. You get like some icons. Donald and Daisy lead off, but you also get the three little pigs, which is super cute.
And the three caballeros.
Yeah, the three caballeros are on there. So I just think all those floats. I'm cheating a little bit, but that whole unit's really beautiful.
Gorgeous parade. And now, before fireworks, we have time for more feedings.
Yes.
We're
Little
little,
sneaky snack.
we're little three little pigs.
Snacks?
Now. That's us.
Yep.
All right. Well,
That's us.
That's us.
Practical pig.
I'm Pfeiffer. What's the other one? Practical, Pfeiffer, and Fiddler.
Fiddler.
Wow.
I'll be Fiddler. You're practical.
I'm Pfeiffer, obviously.
Cool. And after that, we're gonna go watch the fireworks.
Yep.
For our after Dreamlight treat, we did go to the Sweetheart Cafe.
The Sweetheart Cafe is a bakery that, as well as baked goods, features a variety of sweets and treats, where you will pick up your own items as you sort of wrap around and select those goods that you would like to take. And it features things that are distinctly Japanese, like red bean paste-filled pastries, as well as things like a fish and cheese focaccia.
And got a cream cheese brownie, a croissant with meat and cheese, and melon bread with sweet custard filling. Oh, and one more thing.
An entire loaf of bread. But in my defense, it's Mickey shaped.
Yes.
So
Mickey long bread.
I needed it.
I'm going to bite into Mike Wazowski's face. I don't know where to bite. I guess we'll go for everything here.
He likes it.
Yeah.
What's in there?
I don't know. I haven't made it there yet.
Even get the filling.
But it's really melony. Like a light melon flavor. I really like it. Really light and fluffy.
Get that custard, buddy.
So the bread itself doesn't have a super artificially flavor. It's kind of like a muskmelon or a cantaloupe. When you get towards the filling, it tastes a little bit more artificial there. All in all, super light, pretty flavorful, more flavorful than I expected. I'm a fan. I feel a little bit bad that I've bitten into Mike Wazowski's head, but I'll get over it.
You might not.
You won't.
And I'm trying this meat croissant. I don't know. We'll see what flavors it has. This is definitely tomato, and all the flavors together almost remind me of meatloaf. Because it's got that tomatoey sweetness, and then also the savory from the meat. A little bit of cheese. I wish I had a little more cheese. Flaky croissant. Not my favorite snack we've had today, but cute, and I'm glad we tried it.
And finally, we have the cream cheese brownie. Sweet Sky, gonna eat the sweet thing. A little dry. I wish there was a little bit more of the cream cheese frosting on it, because I love a cream cheese frosting. I'm not really getting that. Mostly I'm getting the really chocolatey brownie. That's all I have to say about this.
Mickey bread.
Cheers.
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 That's delicious.
That's some bread. If I've ever had bread, that's it right there.
They said on the sign it's salt and butter flavor, and they're right. It tastes like butter and salt.
Weirdly, that's true.
It's soft.
That's just a loaf of bread, but it does taste like salt and butter.
Yeah.
It's soft.
I want to eat more of it. I'm not quite sure why.
I like bread, and that's bread.
I love bread.
I did hear that there's Mickey-shaped cheese in our hotel room gift shop, which I'm going to look for when we leave, and I'm going to eat this as a snack later.
You know what would fit perfectly on Mickey-shaped bread?
Mickey-shaped
Is
cheese.
Mickey-shaped cheese.
The experiment will continue. For the record, it was delicious.
And then we got a very cool magic shot. We went back to Tokyo Disneyland for another day off camera, and we tried some treats that we hadn't gotten to on our first day. For instance, LeFou's churro, a caramel apple churro, which was really good. I'm not normally a churro fan, but this one had a very distinct caramel apple taste to it, not to mention not stale. It was quite fresh, which is more uncommon than I would like it to be in domestic parks.
We then went to Camp Woodchuck Kitchen. Now, Camp Woodchuck is sort of like a Boy Scout troop with Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and it's freaking adorable. Now, at the kitchen, I picked up the teriyaki beef onigiri. Now, onigiri is a rice ball with different fillings, in this instance, teriyaki beef. I really enjoyed it. It was very flavorful. You could taste the teriyaki, the soy sauce. It was nice. Very rich and a pretty healthy serving. I was a big fan.
We also picked up the fried chicken platter, which had fried chicken, sausage, really good cheesy potato bites, tortilla chips for some reason, and what looked to be Mickey-shaped cornbread, but as three people from the South, it was more like Mickey-shaped pound cake. It was very good. The fried chicken in Japan is delicious. I don't know what they're doing different, probably using thighs instead of breasts, but it was crispy on the outside, really flavorful, some of the best theme park fried chicken I've ever had, and I'm obsessed with the cheesy potatoes. Plus, Mickey pound cake, even though not cornbread, very cute.
Unfortunately, the fireworks were canceled this evening because of wind in the area, but we are finishing up a very full day of fun, food, parades, rides, all kinds of stuff.
A very perfect day in Tokyo Disneyland, I would say. And as with any park, walking down Main Street in the evening is so magical, taking one last look at the castle. And we also had to look at the windows up above as we were exiting. There was one for the cast members, for the Oriental Land Company, who actually owns the parks in Tokyo. It's the only property in the world where Disney doesn't own them completely. And of course, for Walt. And so I must ask, what was your...
The Enchanted Tales of Beauty and the Beast.
Oh. You don't even know what I was going to say.
Nope, it was my favorite.
Okay.
I want to say it first.
That's fair. That's fair because that was the best ride for sure.
True.
Not yeah. That's
true.
That's true. My favorite thing. I'm gonna ask for snack too, because otherwise it's not fair.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
My favorite thing were the parades, if I can't say Beauty and the Beast. The parades were amazing. Both parades were so joyful and colorful, and the music was awesome, and I just love that everyone sits and enjoys the parade, and it was just like a very happy and adorable couple parades.
Yeah. I'm going to give, I think you all nailed it. Those are definitely the highlights. I'm going to give an honorable mention shout out to the Monsters Inc. ride.
Oh, really
just
cute.
a really fun
Really cute.
play
So cute.
on like a shooter attraction. So cute with all the different monsters with Boo popping up throughout.
Yeah, awesome.
Very unique.
Awesome, right?
Yeah.
Now snack.
I loved Gaston's Tavern, but specifically I loved the croissant with the bone-in sausage. Very, very tasty.
My favorite stop today was Huey, Dewey, and Louie's Good Times Cafe. I liked both the shrimp katsu and the chicken Mickey glove like both of those were really tasty. They were really cute. That was what I was looking for in Tokyo Disneyland food.
Nice. Excellent choices once again. I'm going to go with another iconic Tokyo Disney snack, the popcorn.
Oh,
We
yeah.
had the soy sauce and butter. We had the honey outside
Yeah.
Pooh's Honey Hunt. It's iconic and definitely
How
a very different flavors. For those
Absolutely.
two.
Yeah.
How fun that was. Well, that was an amazing day, and tomorrow we're headed to Tokyo Disney Sea.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited about, and now we're headed to go work on that other video we're doing with all of our hotel rooms, and fun
Yeah.
fact, I don't remember which one it is tonight, so it's going to be a surprise.
We're gonna learn.
all of us.
We're gonna learn together tonight, and you'll learn in the video.
Yeah. Hello from the future. Before our past selves wrap the video in Japan, we wanted to get together to share some of the takeaways, things we noticed, and some differences from our day in Tokyo Disneyland. So let's roll that recap footage. Okay, this is really niche and very specific, but the airplanes flying behind the castle really threw me for a loop. And it's because Disney World's a no-fly zone, so you can't see an airplane just like soar behind Cinderella Castle. And the first time I saw it, I was like, that's weird. Very specific. Thank you,
Yeah,
notice.
but again, I think I noticed it too. You're just like, that's just a plane. For me, I have to say it's the language barrier, or sort of the assumption that there would be difficulty navigating through the park because of the language barrier, when the reality was it wasn't that big of a deal, because through sign language or miming or the limited language that you speak between the two of you, either in English or for us knowing a couple of Japanese words, we're, the age-old pointing at what it is you want. We were able to get a lot of what we wanted to do done, and it was pretty darn easy.
Also, most of the menus and signs are in Japanese and English in the parks, so.
Yeah, the theme parks are very English friendly in general. You might have also seen throughout the video big cost differences in these parks versus some of our stateside parks. I mean, I know, Molly, you commented a lot, like these ears that you were buying were about half the cost of a normal pair of ears.
That means you can buy twice as many, girl math.
That's factually correct. Now, of course, that may change as the conversion rate of these different currencies changes, but at the time of our filming, at the time of our visiting, the cost was a major difference between going to Walt Disney World or Disneyland and going to Tokyo Disneyland.
It's such a big difference that I looked on the same day. It would have been about $65 for a ticket to Tokyo Disneyland Park and $175 for Magic Kingdom Park. Speaking of tickets, also there's no park hopper. That's something that's a big difference. You can also only purchase your tickets and make park reservations 2 months before your trip, and you can only book your hotels 3 months out, which is a much tighter timeline than Walt Disney World. However, if you're booking a Disney hotel, you're guaranteed admission to the park, so that's a good perk.
I also want to acknowledge the big difference that I felt at the parks, and that is, I know we all felt it, is just the general courtesy of the guests for each other. The way that was represented, I think, to me was for parades. Guests would, when you get ready for a parade, the first rows that were in that sort of reserved area were all seated, and you remained seated for the entirety of the parade.
Not just the reserve section, the whole way down the parade route.
Right.
People are sitting for the first 4 rows or so.
And folks would show up early. In fact, some people, Max, you mentioned, like, people would just come for the parade. They would set up shop, and that would be where they were. Their entire day was to go to the parade.
Some people would set up shop, leave their blanket, and no one would mess with it. They would reserve their spot, leave, and come back and know that they still had their spot because they got there first to reserve that spot and people respected it. Also, just kind of in line with the courtesy thing, we love cast members, and cast members everywhere are amazing, but the cast members in this park and Tokyo Disney in general are so happy. They are so joyous. We were given these things on our first night that you could rip out and present to a cast member to say thank you for doing a good job as part of the 40th celebration. And I joked that it was my favorite ride at the park because you would give it to a cast member that was extra special and they lit up with so much joy and often would give a sticker or something back out of their bag for you. It was just I think I was smiling from ear to ear the entire day because of how joyous these cast members were. Another thing I want to mention is that we went on a Monday and it was incredibly busy. Like, as busy as a Disney World in a holiday season busy. Most of the attractions all day long had a 60, 70, 80 plus minute wait. So we had a long list of everything we wanted to do with the Japan exclusive rides at the top, the Japanese versions of classics at the bottom, and as you saw, we didn't get through that entire list, but we got through our list of our must-dos. Yeah. And it just kind of reminded me of the advice we always give to folks when they're coming to a park. Make your list of your top dos, your priorities, your rides, your snacks, your shows, your everything you want to do, and work to get those things done, and then anything else is just extra bonus fun. And we really felt that, and our day could have been ruined that they ran out of priority return passes for Haunted Mansion, and we didn't want to wait in a 90-minute queue, or you know what, we can have the best day ever being in Tokyo. And so
go see Stitch at the Enchanted Tiki Room.
You know what? I'm glad we saw that.
Big kahuna.
I don't need to see it again, but I'd never seen it before.
True. I think the last thing that I want to sort of observe, and I also think we all felt this and talked about it, is how the park just felt very familiar. It had a lot of the hallmarks of what we're familiar with here with the Magic Kingdom and other castle parks. But it did feel different in that it was distinctly Japan, where everything's fairly wide, it's super open. But it felt a little bit like a warm hug in a lot of ways going to Tokyo Disneyland. And with that, back to past us, I suppose.
Well, friends, thank you so much for following along. Be sure to like the video, subscribe if you are new, and follow us on all of our socials. If you want to talk about this video or any of our videos, be sure to join in the conversation on Discord. The links for all that are down below.
And until next time, friends, I'm Molly.
I'm Alan.
And I'm Max.
And it has been truly magical, a most wonderful dream come true day. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you at Tokyo Disney Sea.
Bye.
We're off to buy Mickey-shaped cheese now. Did I just hit you in the face?
Yep. Happy early part of the week.